Hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me right. My name is Agostina, and I'm going to be moderating this session. With us today is Wenceslao. Wenceslao, if you want, you can activate your camera and microphone so we can hear you. There you go. And he's going to be the coordinator today, yeah? So remember, everybody, before we start, on the right side you have a chat. So you can write whatever you want, the questions you have for the exponents, yeah? So Wenceslao, I'll let you continue.
Thank you very much. Hi, as Agostina said, I'm Wenceslao Zavala. I'm from University of Palermo. First of all, I want to give the welcome to everybody in the name of the Design and Communication Faculty of the University of Palermo, and thanks you all for participating in this meeting. Now we have a few speakers, so each one gonna have 20 minutes to speak, and when they finish, we have a round of questions and answers. See, answer questions. Okay. To the speaker, please, I ask you to introduce yourself if you are okay, and in that way we can know each other. Okay. So the first is gonna be Su Xin. Correct me if I don't speak well. If I don't pronounce well your name. Sorry. And she speaks about application research of teaching model of virtual reality technology. Okay. So, Shinsu, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi.
Sorry, you can you have 20 minutes to expose your paper. Okay, it's okay.
Okay.
Okay, when you start when you want.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Yeah, I will share you some PowerPoint.
Yes, sure. You can. Yeah, Agostina, you know how you can share it?
Yeah. I'll try. Okay. Can you hear? Can you see it?
Yes, I see it.
Let's begin. Okay. My research title is about application research on teaching model of virtual reality technology. My name is Hu Xin. I came from Kunming University, PhD student, Department of Smart Experience Design. Next page. Oh, sorry. My research is divided into 4 parts. 1 is about introduction, 2 research background, 3 practical case. I will introduce a case from China. 4 is about discussion. 1 introduction. Since the beginning of the 21st century, the advancement of wireless communication technology has made the field of virtual reality applications more and more extensive.
bringing new variety to traditional education. VR is a simulated experience that can be similar to or completely different from the real world. Applications of VR can include entertainment and educational purposes. The most direct change of VR technology into the classroom is turns to static textbook content into a 360 three-dimensional dramatic scene. The VR interactive classroom can meet the requirements of teaching contextualization and nature interactive. Although VR teaching has many benefits, so they have the technology has three features. One is about immersion, two interaction, and three participation. Let's talk about VR plus education. The traditional classroom teaching mode is a teaching-centered, book-centered, and classroom-centered teaching model. Such an education model often forms a situation where the teacher instills one way and the students positive accept. The traditional teaching model cannot bear the burden of training high-quality creative talents. Therefore, it's imperative to change the traditional teaching model and create an efficient classroom model that meets the requirements of the new curriculum reforms. According to the degree of the immersive experience, VR teaching model can be defined as full immersive experience. So we can understand its features. As the real courses in China, in the classroom, students can wear the VR device to see all the videos. The most direct changes of VR technology into the classroom is to change the static textbook context into a 363-dimensional dramatic scene. VR represents all non-realistic virtual scenes. The application of it in the field of education indicated that the teaching and guidance will undergo a structural shift to immersion context, provide innovative teaching skills training for teachers using VR education products, create an immersive learning environment for school subject teaching, provide free and flexible teaching materials, stimulate students' curiosity, increase understanding of subject knowledge, and increase learning interest and learning effect. In the classroom, a teacher will control all the device, use the iPad, and the student will wear the VR device and with the teacher's requirement. VR teaching can combine various materials such as situational learning, collaborative learning, game learning, and online education to effectively solve many educational problems that could not be solved before, help to stimulate students' interest in active learning and make education truly entertaining. This 6 pictures shows the practical cases in Beijing and in Shanghai International School. Discussion. We are teaching how two limitations in teaching. Although we are teaching has many benefits, is currently not applicable to all disciplines due to the weight of VR device students wearing practice is limited to 10 minutes. Oh, sorry. Okay, it's my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. If you are agreed, we continue with the other speaker, and then when we finish with all, we have questions. It's okay for you?
Yes, okay.
It's okay. So, the next speaker is Bruno. Bruno, are you there?
Hello, everybody can hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you. I'm sorry?
I can see you and I hear you. So
okay, that's perfect. Can I start? Okay. Well, since everybody was presenting, I didn't prepare anything, but I'll try to speak as slowly as possible so that most people can understand. And by the end, if anybody has questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Okay. The paper that I presented, it deals mainly with 2 topics. The first one is social design, and the second one is sustainable product service system, most known as SPSS. First of all, social design is an evolving topic in the field of design, and it presents alternatives for innovative solutions to better deal with specific needs of individuals or social groups that have been historically neglected. But there is a problem with that topic because the way we designers or any other professional really, the way we see the world is socially situated and historically constituted. So the way I see a problem as a designer may very much differ from the way the user sees the situation or the problem, especially when it comes to the situation of minorities. So it's hard for us to tackle the real needs of those specific populations. And that is why merging social design with the tools such as sustainably oriented PSS work as a strategy for escaping the tendencies of falling into ego-centered solutions while designing for social purposes. That is because the tools of SPSS, such as creation of the personas, establishing the system maps, and mapping the stakeholders involved in the system that you're willing to design, they are so important because they guide the designers along the whole conception process, offering them neutral information in a much broader scale. And that happened in the specific case study presented in this paper because we collected data from Homeschool Santa Luzia for the Blind, which is an institution located in Bauru, which is a Brazilian city located in São Paulo state. And Santa Lucia is a center of socialization where people with visual impairment receive every sort of support. And the center is especially vital for those people who have just lost their sight or they are in process of losing their sight. So the center is very important for them because it helps them to rearrange their schedule and learn how to navigate the world again without their sight. In daily basic tasks like cleaning, washing, and going out of the house, for example, to regain some level of autonomy. So the solution proposed after studying the case of Santa Lucia was, and of course applying all of the tools of PSS, the solution was to change the focus of Santa Lucia's business model from a local and established service towards a broader, replicable, and most importantly, virtual solution managed through a mobile application called Tissa. Tissa is a word from an indigenous language from Brazil, a Tupi-Guarani word, meaning that with attentive eyes. And we decided to give that name to the application as an homage to that indigenous language. And it's very important to underline that the solution that we came up after using the SPSS tools is not the application itself. The solution, rather, is the social network centered around the application and Santa Lucia institution itself. And the purpose of that is expanding the capacity for social support that already exists for visual impaired people, their relatives, closely related people, supporters of the cause for disabilities, and the community in general. So in any way, shape, or form, the application would not extinct the need for the services offered in the physical building of Santa Lucia, but instead, the application TESA would manage the current demand for assistance that, by the way, is huge. There are wait lines for waiting for support. And by handling the easier tasks digitally, like information seeking, directions, and community integration, for example, in the application itself, the physical space of Santa Lucia would have more room for receiving more people. And other functionality of the application would redirect people to nearby solutions like drugstores, health centers, business partners of the system, and even Santa Lucia if was the case, according to each user requests. So the application would work as a hub, deciding where the help would come from and redirecting the users with visual impairment and the users from the community, integrating both the visual impaired people, the minorities, and the community in general, and helping them to thrive. Therefore, the main goal is to strengthen, as I was saying, the already existing social network, making it acceptable to a wider range of people through the platform that is digital and would be free for any person to use. And thus helping more people to be assisted. And that was possible only by using the tools provided by the SPSS method and supporting thus the constitution, the conception of such application. And that's what I have to say about the paper. And if anybody has questions, I'm here.
Okay, thanks to you, Bruno. If you are agreed, we hold the some questions for finish. Now we continue to another speaker, okay? And Then when they finish, we have the question. I have a question for you. It's okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, thank you very much. So now Patricia Torres and Mayra Marcela, are you there?
Okay, let me turn on my camera.
You can turn on your camera.
I'm turning my camera on. Just
Don't worry. Not yet.
not yet. And just can you
Right.
see me, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Okay. We had situation. We had our presentation in Spanish because time. So I'm just gonna make the presentation, but I'm gonna explain to you everything in important photo. So it's not really neat. The writing in won't be a problem. So I can share my presentation. So how can I get the presentation in the screen?
Do you know how to share it?
Yeah, my show it.
Right
In the
here,
bottom,
you
in the
have
bottom to the left, to the right.
In the bottom
like
on the
square with
right.
an arrow.
I'm sorry.
You
Maybe with.
yes, that's okay for you.
Well, I would like to show just a few pictures that are important because the presentation about, but let's try to do it.
To the right, you have a square with an arrow.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Compartir
You're welcome.
presentación. Compartir. Okay. Yeah. Una ventana.
And then the second item.
Okay.
Compartir aplicación pantalla. Share. I don't know if you have it in English or Spanish. Pantalla.
Es una versión pantalla. Compartir, Congreso virtual. Le bajo presentación. Compartir pantalla. ¿Pueden verla? Can you see it?
Yes. Perfecto.
Yes? Okay.
Yes. Diseño a partir de hoy.
Designed taking into account the objectives of the and what we here in this class is the objective of the sustainable development of the UN. So to present both Patricia Torres Sánchez and Mayra Marcela Rendón Olvera from the TEC de Monterrey, Tecnológico Rey in Mexico. And sorry about the presentation, as I said, we missed our turn and past hours because of the change of Mexico. Okay. Okay. Well, we saw a need in our city in Monterrey, which is placed in the northern east part of Mexico. We are receiving a lot of immigrants from the Central America, from El Salvador, and there is being resistance of welcome these people in the city. So we find that very issue, and we wanted to integrate these new people coming into the city, integrate and to include it into our city. So it was the main context. We managed and structure these designs. We made so we teach in design, so we wanted to take this context into our process of designs. So we have these three statements into account. So we wanted to make design to attend this need for the great immigrant people that is coming, and to make these new designers to be aware about the problems that are increasing in cities. And so we wanted to take on the gender the gender objective, because there is still a need to visualize this problem that we have in our city. Okay, so there's this important statement. So I'm just going to so the challenge were like the vulnerable populations in disability, sustainability, and sorry, yes.
Sorry to interrupt you. Can you turn your camera, because we can hear you very well. The sound,
Okay.
maybe the connection is better if you turn off your camera. Could you?
Okay, I'm going to turn on the camera. Sorry. Okay. Okay.
Thanks. Sorry to interrupt you.
No. So okay. So what was the process of this this? So we have to observe what the context is. Interview people there. We have to generate, to transform these ideas, and we make this. We were that work there, the House of Immigrants. What we make with them. So it was important to visualize the situation. As you can see in the map, in the Mexican map, a red dot, very important. It's where the people that America when entering to Mexico, they stayed in this part of Mexico, in Monterrey, where it is. Okay, this is our city, Monterrey. So there's a lot of people who stay there for good. They don't go beyond to the United States. So we have this very big problem. We are receiving. We don't have, the city is not prepared to receive this. So it's important. I wanted to change the student mindset to encounter opportunities for these people, to make them a pleasant place, to integrate them, instead of the opposite, right? So they have to research and to see like the numbers of the the people who is coming. So there's a lot of women that are in these caravans of immigrants. They are all abused, and they is also like the main problem they saw in the they have to make the research. So they decided on this problem. So now in the left, you can see the population that are coming from the Central Mexico. So it's Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Venezuela. So there's like a lot of
we can see the presentation.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you didn't see
Sorry, you again.
So sorry, but we are in this moment in Monterrey, Mexico. We have a hurricane. We have a problem. The pandemic, the hurricane. We have a problem. Winter time. So sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
You think about hurricane, you have a good connection, so it works well.
Yeah, it's not working well, so sorry about that. Okay, maybe you don't see the presentations. I'm sorry about it, but I'm just going. Yeah, I'm aware of this. So okay, of this an application for the immigrants for women immigrants in order for them to heal themselves. They can find some places for women only, and it was a very good outcome. And also besides the application, the make a jewelry also for them to work with their hands as well, in order for them to get to empower them in their transitions from Mexico to the United States, to be included in the Mexican society as well. We want them to feel as that they are welcome, okay? That they are part of more than a global humanity, more than a separation. So it was very interesting, the statement of this design. And the other design was more about security of women. So they a teaser for the transition, from their house in Chiapas. So they make all this strategy for them to get this device. And in Mexico, these houses, immigrant houses, are connected. And there is a very important house in the south of Mexico, in Chiapas. It's from the Padre Solalinde, which is an activist for the human and immigrants. So they developed this device, and this device we're going to give them. We're going to be in this house for to be more safe the transition, or from the south to the. I'm sorry, I don't see the lines here, but well, that was the outcome. And there were more outcomes. Decide to be more like the ones that show like the most. And well, yeah, that's the more than that, the important thing for this exercise and for this project was to make consciousness to our students that are privileged, because they don't have to live in these conditions. So the objective was to make with these persons, and to be more open, to understand that we live in a planet, that we are a human race, that race doesn't exist, is some concept for controlling. And that they have in their mind in order to be inclusive and sustainable for a better future for all the human race. So I will be concluding with. So thank you very much.
Myra, sorry I interrupted you several times. Patricia, you need to add something else? No, or it's okay? Not there, Patricia. Sorry.
Okay.
You,
Okay, let me check. Sorry, not only the most important idea in the process is the finding the problem, not the solution the problem. We have a very big problem of the migration around of Mexico, and when the focus in the women was the approach of the students, and the most part of the process was find the problem. This is the first focus, and this is the reason because the diversity of the solution of the students focus in the apps, others in object, others in experience, and we imagine that this is the
I think she's having a little bit of trouble with the connection.
yeah, I think so.
Okay, so
Myra,
the others exponent.
Ainun Aida, are you there?
Yes, I'm still here. Sorry about it.
You were talking about finding and identifying problem for students.
Yeah, well, they there things, a few objects, and them to solve the problem, to tackle this situation in our city. I just more, but then to the designers, then they're changing on so fast that we are making in the world is growing, and that we have to share this world with that are coming from outside, right? That's very important for immigrant. So we have to teach them, transfer these ideas that we have to share. And as, if we want to be innovative and creative and sustainable developments of the UN for the millennial, they have to see more than just they have to more than just a product, but of this tour.
Okay. So, as you are the last, we gonna start with answer some questions. First of all, how the students research about this issue?
They have to go to the there's a there are laws that protect the immigrants. So they have to go to the Congress to understand the context. So you see the law that they have going on, participating to the third Congress of to understand the context. Then they have to be like the most, or can I say, is right? Because there are other views. I've been visiting the house and really painful stories to hear the stories of the immigrants. And I've been working with this NGO that cases these other head of these houses. Well, not so close, but I know the places. So I invite the students and to have an because the mindset that the immigrants they are going to rob you, but they are not. They definitely very vulnerable. So understand that there's people the people is shouldn't. This very system is creating them. So how can we just turn way of thinking for sustainable things? So that was and really they pass through is very tough. So that was I think it was the most difficult for me. But it helped a lot of help them.
Yes, I think so. Okay, thanks. It's hard for students to know that design is to solve problems for people, isn't it?
Sorry?
It's very hard for the student. It's hard for students to know design is to solve a problem for people, by people, isn't it?
No, they actually were very empty, and they designed almost about the outcome they had. There were a lot of outcomes, very beautiful, empowering women, because women get model. As I was showing you in the presentation, sorry, you couldn't see it in the screen, but they were making the jewelry, but the jewelry was try to keep it. So is this like they had to make research about emotional design of their work during their from Mexico. So they really were very emphasized, these girls, that design. Once you understand that and then you use the theory, the industrial, the old theory in order to good things. So it was very, very interesting. They didn't really, the outcomes are very good.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you, thank you.
Had a question. Sorry. I saw some question in chat. So I saw Carol ask something to Sinshu. Sinshu, are you there? You still there?
I'm here.
Okay. I saw a question that Carol did. How can we use this technology to improve and speed learning in companies? Okay. Carol asked that. You said that VR technology can express abstract content and improve people's memory. How do you think VR or this kind of technology improve for companies, for learning in companies, not only in schools and universities?
Let me introduce the project because in China, our wireless is very advanced. Use 5G technology, so VR technology can use many aspects in the practice. So we just in our company we just use VR plus education or entertainment. It's the mainly two aspects. So I think VR is easy to help students to understand the knowledge. But the application of VR technology is to strengthen the teaching effect and improve the teaching efficiency. But it is only a means to achieve our teaching purpose. With the advancement of technology, the VR teaching model will combine a variety of interactive teaching tools to achieve two-way efficiency interactive teaching. So my study is just in the domain of education. So that's my idea.
Did someone have any question for Sihu? And how do you think VR change in teaching? You talk about in your project about research background, but in your words, how do you think this change for students and for teachers in education?
Oh, okay. I think I think the VR teaching model has broken the traditional one-way teaching model. The teacher use VR can have some changes compared with traditional teaching. The use of VR technology will inevitably bring about subversive changes in classroom teaching materials. For teachers, how to use VR to lead students' attention, perhaps the classroom resume and improve classroom efficiency still need further experience. VR teaching can combine various materials such as situational learning, collaborative learning, game learning, and online education to efficient solve some educational problems that could not be solved before, have stimulated students' interest in active learning and make education truly entertaining. And the students will enjoy the teaching progress. They can participate. They can take part in the class and not one way learning, just learning the teacher course. They can participate. So they will some courses they will enjoy the game. The course be designed in games, and they can participate the course, and their memories will be enhanced, and the knowledge will be extraction, such as a new materials. That's my my answer.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Bruno, are you there?
Yeah, yeah.
So, you talk about the process, yes, in your paper. You talk about two issues: social design and PSS, sustainable product service. Yes.
Yeah.
About social design, you said that you work with Santa Lucia Institute. Is for people. Is, how do you say? For people, for blind people. Sorry, I used that word.
Visual impaired.
Thank you very much. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
How do you talk about accessibility in the application for these people? You have you talk about the people who is not vident a few times. It's not so long. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the last part?
Yes. How did you work with accessibility in this time when you work with this kind of people, with these people,
Oh.
not kind of?
Yeah, sure.
I resume. Sorry.
No, that seems to be a very important question. I should have addressed this in the presentation. But during the phase of collecting data for establishing the solution, we have several interviews with the Santa Lucia goers, and what stands out the most for us researchers is that they rely on their smartphones for basically everything, and they have I don't know. I can show you. Like they use the phone like this, tapping and having every sort of feedback, vibration and sounds and everything. Yeah, yeah. In the accessibility modes and some specific applications are designed for blind people and visual impaired people. So so we we decided that since they already use their smartphone for basically everything, using an application would be convenient for them as well. And the people that are not visual impaired could be integrated also, because the interface could have an interface for visual impaired people and a second interface for viewer people, for people who can see. So the strategy would be through the logging, for example. When you access the application, you would get two options. First one, I am a visual impaired person. And then you get the accessibility tasks inside of the application. And the second option would be, I am a person who can see and I want to help. And then you would have all of the other tools necessary inside of the application.
Right.
I don't know.
So
I don't know if it answers the question.
yes, yes, just great. Thanks. So you talk about user experience and user-centered design. Okay. You have an iteration. You have a process of this iteration design.
The process of conception.
Yes. It was that you tell.
Yeah, yeah, sure. First, we had the we had to use the SPSS process, and the first thing that we do, proposed by SPSS, is making the persona, deciding who is going to be the fictional user of the application or of the solution, actually, because at that point we didn't know that the solution would be an application, and around those personas through interviews, field trips, going there and seeing what the reality of thing is and letting them speak what the problem was, we decided a whole system of possibilities that we call system map with all the person and people involved, the institutions, and then we decided who would help the application work in the institution itself, Santa Lucia, the business partners, people who wanted to help offer, I don't know, courses inside of the platform. And then throughout the process, the application started to take shape naturally. And that's the good thing about SPSS tools is that they give the designers and everybody involved neutral information about the situation, giving them a better understanding of the situation so that they can design something more appropriate.
Yes, sure. So you work with a persona concept to improve and work with iteration. Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. Um, somebody have any question for Bruno? The other speakers? First, at last, thank you, Bruno. Thanks, Shinshu. And for the other speakers, for Mayra and Patricia, thank you very much for all to be part of this, for this meeting. I really appreciate all your sharing. So if anybody have some questions, we invite you to participate to the next commission. Yes, it's maybe in an hour at 6 p.m. Buenos Aires time. So again, thanks all for participating.
Thank you, everybody, for being here with us today. Remember, at 6 p.m. we have the next commission that is called Representaciones Artísticas. You can see it right here in this same space. That next month in August, all the commissions are gonna be in the website. Yeah, so you can see them all. So thank you, everybody, for joining us, and I hope you have a good time. Thank you, Wen.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye.